Okay, now we will start constructing the major chord. Okay, so now imagine I want to play a C major chord. The moment you add a word major or minor or whatever word in front of a letter, that means along with that letter, okay, note, you will be playing additional notes along with that. All right, so now I have written it as C and a capital M, right? So the first note of the chord will always be the name of the chord. Okay, now the second note will be 4 semitones above C note. So Meghna, can you calculate 4 semitones above C and tell me what note do you end up with? Four semitones.
You reach E in 4 semitones?
Correct, right? So if I calculate it on my keyboard, you have the C note here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So the second note will be E note. Okay. Now the third note of the chord will be 3 semitones above the second note. So can you calculate 3 semitones above E and tell me what note do you end up with from E note? You calculate 3 semitones from E and tell me which note do you end.
You end on G?
Correct. Good. Okay. So now we've got the notes of the C major chord. Okay. So if you play C, E and G together, okay, I will right. So if we play C, E and G at the same time, right? This will be the C major chord. So if you notice my hand position, okay, it is very important that you see how my fingers are placed on the keyboard. Always all your fingers should be on the keyboard, and when you play particular notes, the other fingers should not fly up, right? So now I am playing C with which finger, Meghna?
You're playing C with your thumb finger?
Okay, and what is the other note I am playing? Second note, what is the second note I am playing? With which finger?
You're playing E with the middle finger?
Okay, and what is the
You're
last? Yeah,
playing G. And you're playing G with the finger.
correct, right? So when I'm playing these three notes, I have comfortably placed my other two fingers on the other keys, that is D and F, but I'm not playing them. Okay, so this is something you have to be very careful about, and this is the correct way of playing. Your fingers should not fly off the keyboard. Okay, that is how you control your movement of your fingers. The same thing applies even if you're playing with your left hand, right? Now if you are playing it with the left hand, you will kind of mirror image it, right? So you will be playing C with which finger, Meghana? C with which finger where am I playing the C note? If you are playing it the same chord with your left hand. Yeah?
your right hand.
No,
So the
uh,
pinky finger,
left hand you meant.
yeah, the left hand. So the pinky finger is playing the C.
Correct. And next, what is the next
The
one?
thumb is playing the G,
G.
and the middle finger is playing the E.
Correct. Good. Okay. Right. So this is the C major chord which I am playing in my left hand. All right. We will try one more chord. Now we will go to D major. Okay. So what is the first note if you are playing D major? You're gonna
Then the first note is D.
D. What will be the second note? Again, the same formula applies. Four semitones above the root note. You have to calculate four semitones above D and tell me what note do you end up with.
Then you'll end up at E.
No, you have to see four semitones. Just like how you, with C, you calculate 1, 2, 3, 4 and you reach E. The same way with D, you have to calculate 4 and tell me where you reach up. You start from the D note.
Uh, F sharp.
Very good. Yeah. So the note is F sharp. So how did you get that? So you started from D, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Okay. Now we need to play the third note. So for the third note, what do we do, Meghna? You calculate three semitones above F sharp. So can you calculate three semitones above F sharp and tell me where do we reach?
Then you'll end up at A.
No. Oh yeah, right. Sorry, I was. You said A, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, it is A. So F sharp. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you correctly. Right. So it is F sharp 1, 2, and 3. Right. So this is the D major chord. Again, if you notice, right now I am playing the D major chord with my left hand. So again, can you tell me what am I doing? Which are the fingers being played? Which finger is playing what note and which finger is not playing any note, even though it's placed on the key.
Can you play the notes again?
Yeah.
You're playing with the pinky finger, the middle finger, and the thumb finger again.
Okay. So which note am I playing with the pinky?
Oh, you're playing D with the pinky, F sharp with the middle finger,
Yeah.
and A with the thumb.
Correct. Right. So if you notice, it's the same pattern for what we played with the C major, right? Even in the C major chord, I used my pinky, the middle, and the thumb, right? It's the same pattern except that I have shifted one step up, whole step up, and this becomes D major. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Now, shall we try one more chord? I will just write the note, name of the chord. You have to tell me the three notes. Can you tell me the three notes? E major chord now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you start with E,
Okay. Correct.
and then you add 4 semitones,
Yeah. Correct.
and you add G sharp,
Good.
and
Okay.
then you add another 3 semitones,
Yes.
and then you're at E.
Good. Very good. Okay. So now, so what have we done now? We have, you could
Uh,
actually, yeah, tell me, Meghna, sorry.
so you play G with the pinky finger.
Depends upon which hand you are using. If you are using your left hand, your E will be playing with, the E note will be played by your pinky, the G sharp will be played by the middle, and the B will be played by the thumb. Okay? Right? Did you get that? Right. So if I am playing the same thing with my right hand, my thumb will play the E note, middle will play the G sharp, and the pinky will play the B. Okay? Simple? Not that complicated, right? If you just break it down with the formula. So this way we could actually derive other chords as well. Like we can have F major, you can have G major chord, A major chord, and B major chord. Okay? So
Okay.
shall we sorry, shall we stop here for today? We could do this as a homework, right? We can derive the notes of the rest of the chords. Okay, so I want you to find out on the keyboard and write it down and send it to me, or we could discuss it in the next class. All right?
Okay. So
Yeah.
what's the
What does that mean?
homework?
The homework is you have to find out the chords, notes of the F major chord, G major chord, A major chord, and B major chord. Just like how we found out the chords of C, D, and E. Okay? And please start doing the practical exercises.
So F, G, A, and B.
Yeah, you have to find out the chords. You can do it later and then you can send it over, or we will see the homework in the next class. Okay?
Okay.
So, see you next class then, maybe Saturday morning.
Okay. Bye, Rahul sir.
Bye bye. Take care.